Welcome to Lifestyle Med with Dr. Jade. Health, it's a lifestyle.
Hey family, and welcome back to Lifestyle Med with Dr. Jade. And today we are going to be talking about how to transition to a whole food plant-based diet. My top 5 tips on how to make this transition. Are you new here? Then welcome. I'm Dr. Jade, and on this channel we talk all about fitness, nutrition, and primary care hot topics. If you're interested in these type of topics and types of videos, then join our fam. Join our fam here on YouTube and Instagram at Dr. Jade MD. Hit the like button, hit the bell, subscribe so that you are tuned in every Wednesday on Wellness Wednesdays when we release our weekly video. So, transitioning to a whole food plant-based diet. Tip number 5, clean the cabinets, guys. Clean house. That's the first thing. If you still have all these processed foods in your cabinets, if you have unhealthy snacks on your shelves and in your kitchen, it's going to be really difficult to make this transition. So I'm not going to say, cold turkey everything, but the one thing I will say to cold turkey is your kitchen setup. Like anything that's processed, throw them Oreos out, them chips out, like literally donate it to a homeless shelter or a center if they're unopened. But anything that's unhealthy in your kitchen, my first recommendation is to completely wipe out the unhealthy things from your kitchen. Give yourself a clean start, and then we can start filling your cabinets with healthy things. Tip number 4 is to set your transition goal. For some people, this may be cold turkey, going from whatever they're eating to a whole food plant-based diet. That is not for everyone. Just like anything else that's a lifestyle change, some people are going to say, if I'm going to do it, I have to just do it cold turkey. Most people will need some sort of transitional plan, okay? And for everyone else who is not like that cold turkey personality type, I suggest setting that transitional goal, which is right now, if you're eating processed or unhealthy food every day, if that's your norm every single day, then to say, okay, instead of 3 meals a day, I'm gonna do 1 whole food plant-based meal per day. Or say, I'm gonna do 3 whole food plant-based meals per week. It depends on where our starting point is, right? And pick a transition goal that will slowly transition you or quickly transition you into your end goal, which is a primarily plant-based whole food diet, or I don't really like to call it diet, but lifestyle and way of eating. Another thing may be to do meat-free days of the week, where you're like, if meat is really your challenge area, to be like, I want to do meatless Mondays. I've had some people do that. Or where they'll say, I want to do what my family did to transition, which was my husband, was like, well, I want meat sometimes. So what we did to transition was doing no meat or dairy products, or basically being plant-based during the week. And when I would grocery shop, I would shop without buying dairy and meat. And then we would do whatever we wanted on the weekends. And so he'd be like, okay, I want a sausage pizza on Saturday. And I'd be like, okay, well, we're doing plant-based during the week. So that's another thing you could do. Tip number 3 is to primarily shop in the produce section. The produce section should really be your major shopping area, and avoiding those aisles. Perimeter shopping is what we call it, where you mostly shop on the outer parts of the grocery store and you very rarely go in the aisles, because that's where most of the processed foods are located, is within the aisle. But even more so than just perimeter, because the meats and the dairy are also in the bakery, they also tend to be on the perimeter, but it's a primary focus on the produce section. The vegetables and the fruits, and then also the grains, should be your major areas that you are shopping in. And then tip number 2 is to get support. Get your tribe, get your community of people. It works amazing if the whole house, everybody in the house is on the same page and you're like doing it as a family, but it doesn't always work that way. Your spouse may not want to be whole food plant-based. Like my spouse was like, and originally he was like, that's your thing, and now that he's seen my health transform so much, and also just like kind of tasting some of my meals, and he's like, oh, that is delicious. Oh, I prefer that instead. He has over time wanted to transition. But when you're first starting your health goal and your health transition, everybody in your house may not want to transition with you. But it's so important to find some sort of support system. And I just want to encourage you, in addition to this YouTube channel and other YouTube channels on health, there are also so many Instagram, like plant-based, whole food plant-based Instagrammers. There are also so many Facebook groups. If you like soul food, there are vegan soul food Facebook groups. They're pretty much any type of food that you like. If you like Asian food, but you want that to be whole food plant-based, like there are groups for that. So I would search out a community where you can find the vibe of the people that you think they eat food that looks like the food I like, but they are making it in a whole food plant-based way. So we're not depriving ourselves from what we love, but we're just making it so that it's healthy for our body, and our body loves what we're feeding it, but it still tastes delicious to us. So that's our goal here. And then tip number 1 is educating yourself. So educating yourself on why you want to do what you're trying to do. It's not just, I'm gonna eat a whole food plant-based diet because Dr. Jade says it's the best thing to do, or I'm gonna eat a whole food plant-based diet because that's what the magazines are talking about now. But really figuring out and educating yourself on why this is the best decision for your health. Be that if it's to reverse your diabetes, to reverse your autoimmune disorders, to improve your skin if you have acne issues, to decrease obesity, whatever your goal is. If it's for ethical reasons because you don't want to eat animals, or whatever it is, but educating yourself more on that. And I highly recommend you check out my video on my top 5 health documentaries, because if it is for health, which I will be honest, my reason for eating whole food plant-based, primarily whole food plant-based, is not really ethical, even though I don't want to kill the animals or anything like that. But my reason, my why is about health. And it's because I want to have the absolute best health I can have and do what I can do to provide my body with the nutrients that it loves and enjoys, so that I can have an enjoyable, healthy life. Like, that is my why and why I do it. And so if health is your reason, I would highly recommend checking out my video on my top 5 health documentaries. I will link that below because it has 5 phenomenal documentaries on health, and it will really help you see why eating a whole food plant-based diet is the best thing for your body, and help you also get some more ideas on how to make this a lifestyle. So those are my top 5 tips on how to transition to a whole food plant-based lifestyle. I hope these were helpful, guys. Let me know, what questions do you have? What are some areas you think will still make transitioning to a whole food plant-based lifestyle challenging for you? And I am here to support. Join our fam, subscribe, hit the like button, share this with other friends that you think would benefit and that you think would be interested in this type of content and getting one step closer to our optimal level of health. We'll see you on IG at Dr. Jade MD, and we will see you next week for Wellness Wednesday. See you guys. Bye.
Be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thank you, and God bless.